The Parley, a grand vessel of diplomacy and negotiation, drifted in the vast expanse of space, ensconced between the menacing silhouettes of the human and Veritan fleets. Its stately demeanor bore a symbolic significance. It was the fulcrum of a delicate equilibrium, a precarious stage where power dynamics would be examined and futures debated. The journey from the human warship resurgence to the diplomatic vessel felt laden with the weight of 1,000 years. Aboard a sleek shuttle, Ambassador Idris Solain and his entourage sliced through the cold vacuum of space, the metallic sheen of their vessel glinting under the starlight. Each one bore the burden of their mission, the redemption and reintegration of the human race into the galactic community. Inside the Parley, they were greeted with an atmosphere of restrained grandeur. The opulent conference room was a testament to the rich tapestry of galactic cultures. A sweeping fresco adorned the walls, etched with narratives of various galactic council species. Solain, his gaze tracing the elaborate arcs and swirls of alien histories, felt a pang of absence. The human narrative was glaringly absent, a silent reminder that they were outsiders, their place in this tableau still uncertain. Across the table, the Galactic Council's delegation was an eclectic mix. There were stoic Veritans, known for their honor and warrior traditions, mercantile Zolarians, wrapped in robes glittering with trade jewels, scholarly Andorians in their monkish attires, and the towering Krillian enforcers, their hulking forms a display of raw power. Each species represented a piece of the complex mosaic that formed the Galactic Council, a body the humans sought to join. The negotiations began with superficial pleasantries, a civil dance of diplomacy, an assessment of the opposing sides. Once this phase ebbed away, the council members, led by the formidable Captain Varro, broached the real issues. The past sins of humanity were laid bare, echoing ominously around the room. Accusations of uncontrolled expansion, reckless consumption of resources, and a penchant for violence hung heavy in the air. The Galactic Council sought answers, and Solain stood ready to provide them. This was their time to confront the ghosts of their past, to reclaim their place among the stars. However, the humans did not yet know the Council had an unexpected curveball, one that could either pave their way towards integration or cast them back into the shadows. The first half of this historical negotiation had just begun, and already, the scales seemed perilously balanced. There was a cold, hard edge to the voices of the Council representatives as they addressed the human delegation. Their questions were like sharpened knives, intended to cut through the fabric of pretense and reach the heart of humanity's motivations. Yet, Ambassador Solain met them head-on, his voice a calm and measured counterpoint to their underlying hostility. Humanity has learned much in its isolation, he began, his eyes locked onto the assembly. We have faced adversity and overcome it. We have grappled with our past and emerged stronger. Our aim today is not just for survival, but for coexistence. As he spoke, Solain painted a vivid picture of the new human civilization. He spoke of their technological advancements, which were geared towards sustainability and balance rather than reckless consumption. He outlined their new governance structures that prioritized consensus over coercion, their cultural shifts that celebrated diversity and peace over division and conflict. Throughout his address, Solain carefully navigated the treacherous waters of the negotiation. He acknowledged humanity's past faults, but he did so by emphasizing the ways in which they had evolved. He offered evidence of their progress, backed up by the hard facts of their thriving civilization. He told stories of individuals who exemplified the best of humanity, of their courage, ingenuity, compassion, and resilience. Yet, when Solain's impassioned defense came to a close, there was a palpable tension in the room. An uncomfortable silence descended, broken only by the hushed whispers of the Galactic Council representatives. Then, the twist that the humans had not anticipated. Varro, his gaze as hard as the hull of his ship, delivered the blow. Your words, Ambassador Solain, hold weight. However, the Council has decided humanity must be retried. Not just for its past crimes, but also its capacity for change, he declared, his voice ringing out in the chamber. This was a curveball the humans had not expected, a retrial for crimes committed an eon ago, and an examination of their potential for transformation. The stakes had just become higher, but humanity was not to be outdone. Solain, his countenance as steady as ever, voiced the counteroffer, if it is proof you require, then proof you shall have. We invite a delegation from the Council to our new homeworld. Come and see for yourselves the society we have built. The proposal took the Council by surprise. Murmurs rippled through the assembly, eyes darted from one representative to another. The humans had played their hand well, offering transparency and a direct solution. To further sweeten the deal, Solane added, "We request Captain Varro to be a part of this delegation, along with any other representatives you deem fit." Varro's stony visage flickered with surprise. He had not anticipated this. Yet, he was a soldier, and his duty was to the council. His assent was curt, his voice echoing in the grand hall, "Very well. I accept." As the council representatives retreated to their quarters, and the humans to their ship, an uneasy silence enveloped the parley. The negotiation had ended, not with a resolution, but with a promise of scrutiny. Yet, for the humans, this was a victory. Their fate was not yet sealed, their destiny still in their hands. They had been given a chance to prove their worth and to demonstrate their evolution. As the starlight streamed in through the window, Solane stared into the vast expanse, ready for the challenges that lay ahead. The hallways of the Resurgence were abuzz with anticipation and guarded optimism, each crew member desperate for news from the parley. Ambassador Solane, alone in his quarters, stared out at the vast expanse of space, his mind teeming with thoughts and plans. It was time to inform the human leadership about the unexpected twist. His holographic screen blinked to life, displaying the worried faces of the human council. Solane didn't mince words, explaining the council's decision to retry humanity and the proposed counteroffer that had been tentatively accepted. Silence filled the communication line as the human council digested the information. Then came the barrage of questions and heated debates, discussions over the potential repercussions, the preparation required, the risk of inviting the council representatives to their homeworld. Yet, amidst the turmoil, one fact stood clear: they had a chance to prove their worth, and they needed to seize it. The go-ahead from the council was a clear mandate for Solane. His face set with determination, he returned to the parley, his heart pounding with the weight of humanity's hopes. As the Galactic Council representatives filed into the conference room on the parley, an air of solemnity descended over the room. Varro's gaze met Solane's, an unspoken acknowledgement passing between them. The stakes were high. There was no room for miscalculations. Ambassador Solane, with a firm voice, accepted the council's terms. Humanity agrees to the retrial. We will present our case at the heart of the Galactic Council, where our actions will speak louder than words. The date was set. 60 soul rotations to prepare their defense, 60 rotations to demonstrate to the delegation the evolution of humanity. The council promised safe passage, a necessary formality but one that underscored the fragile truce. The meeting concluded with the details of the council's visit to the human world. Captain Varro would lead the delegation, joined by other council representatives selected for their impartiality and wisdom. Their task was to observe, to explore, and to bear witness to the truth of humanity's evolution. Their findings would form a crucial part of the retrial, potentially swaying the balance in humanity's favor. As the delegates left the room, an eerie silence blanketed the vessel. It was a silence filled with the echoes of the past and the whispers of the future, a reminder of the path that lay ahead. But it was also a silence filled with the resolve and determination of a species ready to reclaim its rightful place among the stars.